everyone, Bella here. If there was a way to improve your writing pretty much instantly, like as you're writing it, would you want to do it? Today's video is all about Grammarly and how it can help you or how it can hurt you. We've got a list of pros and cons in this video. First, what is Grammarly? Basically, if you haven't heard of Grammarly before, which I'm sure a lot of you have if you're writers, basically Grammarly is a writing editing software. It's an extension that you can download and it works on a number of different areas to help you edit your writing as you go. It gives you suggestions for passive voice, active voice, commas, all sorts of stuff. The goal of Grammarly is to have your writing be more grammatically correct, if you can believe it. There are a couple different versions of Grammarly. There's the free version, which a lot of us have already, probably. I know I've been using it for a few years now, but there's also a paid version. The paid version and the free version have different elements that they cover and that they edit, obviously. Here's a list of what the free version versus the paid version of Grammarly offers you. So the free version of Grammarly covers grammar and spelling checks. That's basically it. The paid version, however, checks punctuation, grammar, context, and sentence structure, as well as vocabulary enhancement, genre-specific writing style checks, plagiarism detector, and it checks over 16 billion web pages. Now, these are all super helpful, but if you are somebody who is looking for just the mild version to clean up your grammar, the free version is worth it. However, if you want something a little bit more intensive, if you are writing a lot of intense documents or emails where you need to look and sound professional, the paid version might be worth it for you. Now, how much does Grammarly cost? Obviously, the free version is, well, free. The paid version, however, has a few different options for you. So the premium version offers $29.95 per month or $59.95. It breaks down to about $19.98 per month. And then there's also the option to pay $139.95, which breaks down to $11.66 per month. Now, these are different options you can use when signing up. If you want to do just a month by month and you don't want to sign up for the long term, you can test that out at the $29.95 per month and the other versions as well. Now let's get into the review portion of Grammarly. As with any software, there are pros and cons to help you decide if it's something that you want to purchase or use regularly. So the first pro of using Grammarly is that it has real-time editing, which means when you're writing, it underlines things that are incorrect. So you know right away what's wrong versus what's correct, so you can correct it immediately. This helps you save time, so you don't have to take what you just wrote and upload it to some other editor like the Hemingway editor. With Grammarly, it's done in real time. It's quick, it's effective, and it helps make sure your grammar is on point right in the moment. The second pro of using Grammarly is that it's pretty accurate most of the time. I would say about 90% of the time Grammarly is accurate. There are instances where Grammarly will try to correct punctuation or grammar when it's not actually correct, or you are purposefully misusing the grammar rules in order to create more style for yourself. An example of this that's really annoying to me personally is when you say obviously at the start of a sentence, but you don't want a pause to be there. So in different cases, you can say, obviously, if you're using this, comma, and then what you want to say, Grammarly will try to put a comma after obviously, and now this might be technically grammatically correct, but ultimately it's up to you as the writer to decide if you want it to be read in that way, because commas, again, really just serve as a soft pause in a sentence. So Grammarly isn't just something that tells you to fix something but doesn't tell you the why behind it. Now, this is really important for learning. Grammarly is really useful for correcting your grammar, but what's even more powerful is the fact that you will learn as you go so that you can correct it in the future, which means that your writing will become better and sharper over time. You can see in this example that if you click on the issue that's present, it does show you the reason behind this, why you need to change it, and why it sounds better or looks better, or whatever the real reason is for the grammar correcting. Pro number 4 for using Grammarly is the fact that it is customizable, meaning if you're somebody who has a brand name or you make up different words like I do sometimes, you can actually add these to your dictionary so you don't get the annoying red line under them that Grammarly thinks is incorrect. This feature is actually really helpful when you have a repeated word or brand or anything that you use that's not technically correct English or whatever language you're using. This allows you to add something to your dictionary so Grammarly will remember that this is a word specific to what you write, and that'll maintain across your account with whatever device you're using. If you have a desktop computer and you go to your laptop, the word is saved to the dictionary on your account, and so it transfers to different devices that you may use. The last pro of Grammarly, and really why we like it the most, is because it's very easy to use. It's a simple extension you download to your Chrome browser or whatever else you're using, and it's usable across multiple platforms. So you can use it in your email, on Word, it's newly available on Google Docs, in WordPress, wherever you're writing something, Grammarly is likely to be compatible with it. And so you don't really have to do anything, you don't have to upload things anywhere, it's just there while you're writing, and it's very convenient that way. Now, like with pretty much every other writing software you can use, Grammarly does have some cons and some things that we don't really like it for. Firstly, Grammarly does not work on everything. Like I said, most platforms it does work on, and I believe they're working on extending themselves, but if you use kind of an obscure platform, you might not have access to use Grammarly, which obviously is a con since you can't actually use the software. Another con is that the free version is super limited. I understand that they obviously want people to pay for different things, but there are a few features that they could add to the free version that might make it a little bit more user-friendly and more of an option for people who can't really afford to pay upwards of $30 a month in order to have this software on their computer. Another con is that Grammarly pretty much seems to want you to update to premium all the time and everywhere, which obviously this is how they make money. It's totally understandable, but the aggressive advertising can be a little distracting and a little annoying when you're trying to just edit your paper while using the free version. And that's our pros and cons list. Obviously, there's a ton of good reasons to use Grammarly. It's super beneficial if you want to tighten up your grammar and even learn more about good grammar in the process. However, it's not completely necessary, and we do find that it has a little bit of an issue with style that you might want to write in. So that being said, there are a few different alternatives you might consider, including Hemingway Editor. We have a video comparing Grammarly to Hemingway Editor if you want to check that out up here. Another one is Word, and another alternative to Grammarly that I've just recently heard of is White Smoke. This is an editing software you can check out as well. I will link all of these resources down below for you. And that's all I've got for this Grammarly review. Let me know if you use Grammarly. Do you like Grammarly? What are some things that they can improve on? Comment down below, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, even hit that bell if you want regular updates, because we've got so much good content coming for you guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Twigs. My book title is Flip an Awesome Gymnast. I didn't know if I was going to do traditional or self-publishing. So after the webinar with Chandler Bolt, I thought, well, for sure I'm doing self-publishing. There's no reason why I wouldn't. I'm not going to wait a year to hope that somebody likes what I have to say. It wasn't until I started the self-publishing school that the steps were just laid out.